It was.
It's really shouldn't affect
This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 261 Redlands St, Playa Del Rey, California. And we are performing a video sewer inspection. And that is the 3-inch ABS plastic riser we believe is the sewer clean out. This is the front of the house and going out toward the street. And we're going to zero out right at the opening of the 3-inch ABS plastic clean out to get a good accurate location. Going to zero out here, and we're going to begin running into the clean out. We're running down into ABS plastic pipe and fittings. It appears that we're running out toward the street. We're going to go slow right here. Keep going. Joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Now we're going in, we're making another turn. Got a little debris in the line. And we're going to pause right there and try and just run some water real quick. We're going to pause for a moment. We're going to run some water down the line to clear the camera lens. Pause right here. Okay, we've rinsed the camera lens off and we're full of water right now. We're going to try and just run through and see what we got. Don't know if we got a belly in here or what we're into exactly. Okay, we're going to pause for a moment. I'm going to pause right here. Okay, this line is not going anywhere. We run to the end and we just hit a cap and we're not going anywhere. We're running water upstairs and it's not coming through this area. We found a clean out in a cabinet in the garage. So we're going to pull that cap and we're going to begin running through the garage in just a moment out to the city sewer. So we're going to pull back our camera now. And all of this appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. It might have been an old clean out, possibly. We can't tell what's going on here. We don't have water running through. So we're going to just pull our camera out and then we're going to go ahead and move to the new location in the garage. So we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we've relocated our camera equipment to the garage area. And we've got a clean out up in the ceiling area in the far right hand corner of the garage. And there is a gym cap, a rubber gym cap on the clean out in the closet area, and we've covered up the electrical equipment that's back in here. Okay, we don't have any water coming out right now, but we could hear water pouring through here as I was running water through the tub area. So we're in the garage, and we're going to zero out our camera monitor right at the opening. We get a good accurate reading. Okay, we're zeroed out. We're going to begin pushing through the ABS plastic. Hold it right there. There was a wire, a clean out back there. Does it look like there's another fitting? Probably another Y, huh?
wire, yeah.
Okay, so there is another Y. Okay, go on in. We've got another inlet. It looks like we're transitioning to cast iron right here. And we're in about 4 to 5 feet. We got some rough cast iron. We're pushing out. Pushing through the cast iron, and we'll locate this cast iron after. Try and locate the end of it and see where we're at. I'm going to go slow right here. Looks like we have some hairline roots right above us, and we do have some roots coming in. It looks like it may be a transition from cast iron to ABS. We're going to pause and we're going to locate this area real quick. Okay, we located this area and marked this area at approximately 2 feet deep on the side of the house. It is on the right-hand side of the house as you're walking up toward the front door. There's a little grass patch right along the house, and we marked that with an orange flag at 2 feet deep. So now we're going to run out from here. This is cast iron. Looks like we're transitioning to vitreous clay. We've got an offset right there, have a large offset. Going to pull back just a tiny bit. You can see the entire face of the pipe. That's a very large offset. So we're going to keep going out. I believe we're in the walkway. Now we're making a turn. We're still in vitreous clay. And I believe we're running down the walkway. And we're going to pause at this next joint. We've got root intrusion. And I'm going to locate and mark this area. Going to keep going out about a foot. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Right there. We're going to pause right here. We're going to locate this area and mark this area. Okay, we located this area. It is in the stone walkway, a tile walkway at 2 foot 3 inches deep. And we did mark this area with blue tape at 2 foot 3 inches deep. So we're going to continue to run in. And it is vitreous clay sewer piping at this point. And there's a long route that's traveling down the pipe. And we're actually dragging part of the route. And we've got a major offset at this next joint as well. You can see the entire face of the pipe at the top, and we're going to locate this area real quick.
Excuse me, Michael.
Yeah.
Do you know Andre?
Yes.
Yeah. I just thought it would be helpful for him to point
So
out.
your far right restroom, there's a water going on there. It's very moist on the sub. So
The one with the big tub,
I guess not here. There's one all the way to the back.
all the way to the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one I'm seeing moisture underneath these.
Okay, we'll check that too. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
the soil's
letting
all
me know.
wet. Everything. So I don't know.
Stone's wet.
The soil
Wet
is wet,
underneath.
yeah.
Underneath.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll check all that, but thank you.
Yeah, not a problem.
Appreciate
Okay,
it.
very
Okay, Andre.
Anything else?
Good to
Is
see
there
you.
anything else on the termite?
Oh yeah, I was trying to. I found termite droppings coming out of one of the balconies, so next to the chimney. House is in the most part in good condition. I did find some surface fungus underneath the sub area, especially when you crawl inside. And then I think there's a part of the restroom right here underneath. You have some little bit of dry rot damage going on the seal plate.
Where's that?
Whatever connects to here.
Okay.
I'm going out from the underneath portion, so at the end I just see all the plumbing.
Okay.
So you have some type of plumbing running across in this area.
Okay.
Yeah, so underneath there.
Okay, we marked this area at 2 foot 2 inches deep. in the tile walkway, we have a very large offset. We marked it with blue tape with an X at 2 foot 2 inches deep. We're going to continue to push out now. Making a little bit of a drop here. Going out to the next joint. Appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. And we're going to be making another turn here, more than likely coming down the hillside. Got a little offset there, not terrible. And we're pushing out further, pushing out to the next joint. Got a very tiny offset, still appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. We're going to continue to push out. A little offset we got to jump over right there. There we go. Pushing out toward the next joint. Next joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Still pushing out. That joint appears to be, we're going to pull back just a tiny bit right there. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. Going to continue to push out. Coming up to another joint, and that joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Might be a little tiny crack at the bottom at about the 6 o'clock area in the face of the pipe. Doesn't look terrible. We'll take a good look at that. We'll blow that up back at the office on the laptop. We're pushing out, and we're going to make another large drop here. Joints appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. And the other joint appeared to be in fair and maintainable condition. We'll look at this again real good. That's at about 44 feet on the camera monitor. So we're pushing out now. We've got another joint coming up in about 3 feet. That joint right there appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. And push out some more. It appears that we're in the 4-inch vitreous clay property sewer line. Pushing out now, coming up to another joint right here, appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. Coming up to another joint, that joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Still pushing out. That joint, we're going to pull back just a little bit. Looks like we may have a little bit of an offset in that joint. Not terrible. Still looks to be in maintainable condition. So we're going to push out and push past this joint. Dropping down. Got good grade on the piping. That next joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. Still running downhill quite a bit. Coming up to another joint, and that joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. Still pushing out. Going downhill quite a bit. Coming up to another joint here, and this joint appears to have some minor root intrusion, but the joint still appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Then we have another joint coming up in about 6 inches. That joint has a little bit more root intrusion in it right there, but not terrible. That can be maintained by hydrojetting and then using Root X. We're going to keep pushing out. Coming up to another joint about 2 feet. And we have more root intrusion all the way around the top. So we're going to pause. We're going to push in just a couple more inches. Then we're going to pause right there. Pull back just a tiny bit, Steve. Right there. Okay, we're going to pause right here and locate this area. Okay, we located this area. As you're entering the driveway, it is on the left-hand side of the driveway just as you enter. It's in the first square of concrete, and we marked it with red crayon at 4 foot. Excuse me, pause for a moment. 4 foot 1, we'll say that. It is at 4 foot 1 inches deep. And we marked that with a red crayon on the concrete driveway. There's substantial amount of roots in that joint. And we're going to continue to push in. There may be a crack, and we'll take a good look at that on the laptop as we blow that up back at the office. Going to continue to push in. Next joint, we're going to push in a little bit more. We're going to pause right there. Looks like we have a pretty good crack almost all the way around and a very large offset. And then we're transitioning. Looks like there's a Y fitting right in front of us. So we're going to pause. We're going to locate this real quick and mark it. And we should be transitioning to the city lateral here in a minute, the 4x6 inch connection. So we're going to pause for a moment and locate this area. Okay, we located this area. It is on the left-hand side of the driveway in the grass area at 5 foot 1 inches deep, and that is cracked. We're going to pull back just a tiny bit, and we'll show that crack again in the large offset. We're going to pull back just a little bit, and you can see the crack just inside the pipe, about 2 inches, and a very large offset. So we're going to continue to push in. We're going to try and jump over this offset, and we're making a turn right here, and we're holding back water right here. Holding back quite a bit of water, pretty full right now. We're going to continue to try and push out. Got a lot of paper, a lot of debris. And looks like we're pretty much stopped right there. I don't think we can pass this area. And that line is full of water. So we're going to pause for a moment, locate this area, monitor. You got water right here, and you can see debris and paper. Start pulling back, Steve. We're going to start pulling back out. And you can see where we got water. That was our turn right there.
Okay.
Our turn is where I marked in red crayon. It goes toward the first orange flag, and it makes the turn going out to the street.
Okay.
When we get to that second flag by the sidewalk area, we can't get past it.
Okay.
I don't know what's in the line.
Wait, you can't see that it's roots, you don't know what it is. 'cause
Don't
it's
know.
underwater?
Don't know. We got a large crack all the way around the pipe here, and that's right back where the other orange flag is, the second orange flag. But when we push in, we're completely compacted with water. If we started running water right now, that line's going to start filling up back toward the house. It's not draining. It's probably seeping. It's seeping through. What is there, 2 people in the house right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they probably don't use enough water where it would fill up the line 100%, and it would show. It would start backing up somewhere. So what's happening is they'll shower, they'll do whatever they're going to do, and it'll fill up the line a ways back, and then they shut it off, and it drains down, it seeps down, and then they're able to use toilets and whatever. Get by. Eventually, it'll stop up 100%, and it won't seep through anymore, and then it'll back up all the way into the house. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna
pause for a moment.
revisit this when the
Okay, we're going to continue now. We're going to begin pulling the camera back out of the sewer line. We got that large crack in the driveway area that we marked in red crayon. And we had the root intrusion there, which we also marked in the driveway area with red crayon. We're going to continue to pull back. We also had roots here in this joint. We didn't mark that area. That's only a few feet back from the other mark. If need be, possibly a liner could be shot into the line, possibly. We're going to continue to pull the camera out. A little bit of an offset there, not terrible. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. We're going to continue pulling back to our clean out. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint appeared to be in fair and maintainable condition. We did have one joint that had looked like a minor crack in the face of the pipe. We'll take a look at that when we view the recording on our laptop. That joint appeared to be in fair and maintainable condition. Now we're coming back up the hill, the grass hill area. Pulling back toward the house, pulling back toward our clean out that's in the right rear corner of the garage in the cabinet area. A little bit of an offset in that joint. Not terrible again. We don't have any root intrusions or major breaks or anything in that joint. Making a turn, coming back toward the clean out. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Little pretty large offset here, and that is in the walkway. That's in the tile walkway. And we marked that with tape. And we have some roots along the side of the pipe. And some roots in that joint which we marked with blue tape on the walkway. Then we're going to make a turn here momentarily, coming back in toward the house. And then we have a very large offset there. And we have root intrusion transitioning from vitreous clay back to cast iron piping. Now we're in cast iron piping, coming back toward our clean out. We're in cast iron piping, and then we transition back to ABS plastic, and we're coming out of our waistline cleanout in the cabinet area. And that will conclude our waistline and video sewer line inspection. Thank you.